Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon discussion video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at who is the best new Dark-type Pokemon in Sun and Moon across all of the new Pokemon released. I've done a couple of the videos in this series going over different types such as fire, grass and water and many more, so if you are enjoying this series then I do recommend you check all those videos out. I would really appreciate it. But today, like I said, we're looking at the new Dark-type Pokemon in Sun and Moon. I won't be going over any legendaries or ultra beasts that may have the dark typing because they are just stronger in general. I also won't be going over any old Pokemon that appear in Alola with the dark typing just because, you know, we're more concentrated on the new Pokemon. I mean, that's what this series is about. So with that being said though, I will be going over whether the fact that they have a dual typing, the abilities they get, the move pool, the stat totals, and also what they're strong and weak against, just to try and create a better idea of who is the best new dark type Pokemon in Sun and Moon. So with introductions out of the way, I really do hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. Okay, so first up we have Incineroar, who is the third evolution of the fire starter Pokemon in Sun and Moon, Litten, who is, you know, my favourite starter Pokemon personally. I mean, I just love everything about the Litten line. I know it's obviously Primarina seems to be the best in the competitive scene at the moment, but I really like Incineroar anyway. But yeah, this Pokemon gets well, it's a dual typing of fire and dark. That being said though, it is weak to water, rock, fighting and ground, so 4 weaknesses there. However, it does resist fire, grass, ice, ghost, dark, steel, and is also immune to psychic. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 typings there. So that's really handy to have. And its stat total is 530, but it does get the abilities Blaze and Intimidate. Obviously, since this video has being made, like, well, we all know what Blaze does. Every fire starter Pokemon gets it. But hidden abilities haven't actually been released yet. But the hidden ability of this Pokemon is Intimidate. So when Intimidate does get released on this Pokemon, it's going to be so good in the competitive scene, just because, well, let's go over the stats in a second, but Intimidate is just a really good ability to have in general anyway. Being able to lower your opponent's attack stage by 1 Pokemon allows you to set up on it. It allows you to break down a Pokemon that have set up on you. You know what I mean? It's just really handy to have. It does have a stat total of 530 though, like I did just say. It does have 95 HP, 115 physical attack, 90 physical defense, 80 special attack, 90 special defense, and 60 speed. With this, a lot of people thought this was going to be a dual typing of fire and fighting before the typings got released, but we saw the design. But no, it is fire and dark. Another fire and fighting type would have been a bit annoying since we already have like Infernape and stuff like that. So another firefighting Pokemon would have not been good because we have like 3. So yeah, Fire and Dark is a good fit. But obviously it's not the fastest Pokemon with only 60 speed. I think Torracat had 90 speed, so that obviously got lowered to increase its other stats such as its attack and stuff. But it is relatively bulky though, having 90 in both defense and special defense with 95 HP is relatively good bulk. And then obviously when it does get Intimidate, that will be really handy for being able to take hits. And then obviously a great attack stat of 115 is always really handy as well. It does evolve from Torracat at level 34. Obviously, this Pokemon gets access to its own Z move and also its own signature move as well, which is Darkest Lariat. And what that does basically means that when you attack a Pokemon, these stat changes won't be taking effect. So if something's set up like a bulk up or something on you, you know, the Darkest Lariat is just going to take that out of, you know, you ain't setting up on this Pokemon basically. You're going to be getting that same amount of damage, you know. But this Pokemon does get some pretty cool moves through level up. It gets Throat Chop, which is really handy. It is a 80 power base physical dark type move, which prevents the target from using sound-based moves such as Hyper Voice for 2 turns, so that's really handy for Pokemon such as Primarina and stuff, if you think that's going to be switched in. It does also get things like Flare Blitz, Outrage, and Cross Chop. So 3 really powerful moves right there. Obviously it gets Darkest Lariat when it evolves. The egg moves that this Pokemon gets are also amazing. It gets things like, it gets Body Slam, which can obviously paralyze things. It gets Crunch, which is some really nice dark stab type move there. It gets Fake Out, which is really always nice to have. Also gets Revenge. Also gets Nasty Plot through an egg move as well if you want to run a special Incineroar, because it does still have 80 special attack, which isn't the worst. So, you know, it's still viable to do that, but it does get access moves such as Cross Chop and Outrage, which are really cool anyway to have. The TMs that this Pokemon gets are really cool as well. It gets like Leech Life, so that's some reliable recovery there. Gets Brick Break, gets Low Sweep, gets Focus Blast, gets Brutal Swing, Will-O-Wisp if you want to cripple something, gets Acrobatics, gets Shadow Claw, gets Swords Dance if you want to set that up, gets U-Turn for Switch Initiative, also gets Dark Pulse as well. I mean, Incineroar is just a very good Pokemon in general. Its move pool is, you know, it's just outstanding. And then when it gets Intimidate as well, when the hidden abilities are released, this Pokemon is going to be such a good Pokemon in the competitive scene. It already is, but it's going to be even better when it gets Intimidate, because that means you're going to be able to get the chance to set up a Swords Dance or something like that. So on a Trick Room team, if you could somehow set up a Swords Dance with this thing, you'd probably destroy everything in its track. Being only weak to 4 typings as well is really nice, whilst only resisting or being immune to 7, so that's a good ratio there, good trade-off for Incineroar. I also love the design of this Pokemon as well. A couple of people don't like it, but I'm a big fan of this design. I love the colours for it. It's just kind of like a wrestler Pokemon that you know, it's just a cool cat, you know what I mean? Cool dude on the block. But that is Incineroar. Next up we have Alolan Raticate, who is a dual typing of Dark and Normal, who has the abilities Gluttony, Hustle, and Thick Fat. Obviously, we all know what Gluttony does, and Hustle. Gluttony obviously allows you to use a berry, you know, sooner than you would usually be able to. Hustle increases the ability, berries attack by 50%. However, it also reduces the accuracy of all physical moves by 20%. So that's you know, glass half full or half empty kind of guy right there. But Thick Fat, obviously a very nice ability to have as well. It reduces the damage taken from fire and ice type moves by 50%. So very good to have that kind of move. Being a dual typing of Dark and Normal means it is weak to 4 times weak to fighting. It's also weak to Bug and Fury as well. However, it is immune to Psychic and Ghost, and it also resistant to Dark type moves. So but obviously, being able to having Thick Fat as well basically makes you resistant to fire and ice type moves as well, you know, if you want to look at it that way. It does only have a stat total of 413 though, but it does have 75 HP, 71 physical attack, 70 physical defense, 40 special attack, 80 special defense, and 77 speed. So kind of just mediocre stats across the board there, but you're not going to expect anything much. It is just a Raticate at the end of the day. And obviously it's just a Pokemon that you come across early on in the game. It's not going to be anything special really. It does evolve from Alolan Raticate at nighttime at level 20. It does get some alright level up moves. It gets things such as, it does get Swords Dance, which is really cool. It does get Pursuit if you want to Pursuit Trap something, because obviously that will be Stab. It gets Assurance, gets Crunch, gets Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is obviously Stab as well. So really nice moves there. It also gets Double Edge, which is also Stab. Alolan Raticate through Egg moves learns a lot of fighting type moves. It gets Counter, Final Gambit, gets Revenge, Reversal. And then it also gets like Uproar and Snatch as well. But some more fighting type moves there are nice. Gets obviously loads of TMs like the normal Raticate does, but that obviously really helps him out. Gets moves such as Ice Beam, Blizzard, gets Shadow Ball, gets Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb. All these are special type moves, and its special attack is pretty poor, so you won't be running many of these. The physical type moves that it gets aren't the best. It gets like Shadow Claw and U-Turn. Obviously U-Turn very nice for Switch Initiative. Also gets Swords Dance again through the TMs. Also gets Dark Pulse as well, but that's another special type move. But U-Turn is very nice to have on this Pokemon. In general, it's an alright Pokemon, you know what I mean? It's nothing special. It's got a pretty poor stat total, and it has like Thick Fat as well, but you know, at the end of the day, that's pretty much all it's got. I mean, 4 times weak to fighting. I mean, Bullet Mach Punch and Vacuum Wave's going to absolutely destroy this Pokemon. It's not got really anything going for it at the end of the day, but hey, Thick Fat's still pretty cool. Hustle's cool as well, but with some pretty cool move pools as well. But hey, that is Alolan Raticate. Next up, we have Alolan Persian, who is the I mean, he's an alright looking Pokemon. You know what I mean? He's different. You know, when everyone saw him, they were like, oh, this is the direction we're going in. But yeah, this is Alolan Persian, who is just a single typing of Dark with the abilities Fur Coat, Technician, and Rattled. Fur Coat reduces damage taken from physical attacks by 50%, so that's actually a really good move to have, because he doesn't have the best physical defense stat, so that really helps that. It also gets Technician as well, which increases the power of moves that are usually base power 60 or below by 50%, so that's also amazing. And then Rattled is its hidden ability. And basically when you are hit by a Bug, Ghost, or Dark type move, its speed is raised by 1 stage. So I mean, that's an alright ability, but Fur Coat and Technician are really cool. And the good thing about those two abilities is the fact that you can separate them, and you can run Fur Coat if you're running a bulky Persian, or you can run Technician if you're running like an attacking Persian. But being just a single Dark type Pokemon, it is weak to fighting, Fury, and Bug type. However, it is immune to Psychic. It resists Ghost and Dark as well. Has a stat total of 440. Pretty mediocre stats. Has 65 HP, 60 physical attack, 60 physical defense, 75 special attack, 65 special defense, with 115 speed. So it is quite a fast Pokemon with, you know, it's not the best special attack, being 75, but hey, it's alright. Like I said, it does have a poor physical defense stat of 60, but obviously if you run Fur Coat, all physical attacks are halved, so that's it means that its physical defense is actually pretty cool. It does evolve from Meowth through Happiness in Alola. The moves that it gets through level up are pretty cool as well. It gets things like Play Rough, it gets Fake Out, Faint Attack gets Power Gem, Slash, Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot's really nice to run this Pokemon because it is a predominantly special attacking Pokemon. It also gets Assurance, Night Slash, and Dark Pulse. However, the only problem there is the only special type moves that it gets that are really of any value are Power Gem and Dark Pulse just through level up. So that's really annoying. Obviously, it does get Fake Out and stuff as well, but it gets Swift as well, but I don't think you'll be running Swift that much. And again, though, Swift does get powered up by Technician, so it's really how, you know, what you're feeling. But looking at the egg moves that this Pokemon gets a couple more special type moves. Gets things like parting shot and stuff like that. Well, I mean, it only gets one actually through egg move, so it doesn't really help there. So hopefully the TMs are, you know, helping him out. It does get hypnosis though as well. It gets punishment and stuff like that. But luckily for this Pokemon, the TMs do help it out because it does get access to things like Thunderbolt, Thunder, gets Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, gets U-turn for Switch Initiative. I know it's a physical type move, but you can still pull it off. Getting Switch Initiative is always nice. Also gets Dark Pulse as well. So getting Thunderbolt and Thunder are really nice. Getting Shadow Ball is nice. So not the widest move pool for this Pokemon, but like I say, it's not going to be really amazing in the competitive scene. I mean, it's fast, it can hit relatively hard on the special type things, it's got some nice abilities, but at the end of the day, I mean, when you look like that, I mean, like this Pokemon wasn't going to bring anything to the table, let's be honest. Doesn't look like he's really going to be doing any damage, but that is a Alolan Persian. Last but not least, because there are only 4 new Dark-type Pokemon in Sun and Moon that aren't Legendaries or Ultra Beasts, we do have Alolan Mook, who is a dual typing of Poison and Dark with the ability Gluttony, Poison Touch and Power of Alchemy. Gluttony, again, just allows the use of a berry earlier on than you usually would. Poison Touch is really nice because when you make contact with a Pokemon, you get the chance to poison it. So if you hit something with like an Ice Punch or something, you have the chance to poison it. Power of Alchemy, also really nice, is a unique ability to the Alolan Mook and Alolan Grimer line. Basically, the Pokemon copies the ability of a defeated ally, so that's really good in VGC. Especially if you can copy something like Levitate or something, because seeing as it is a dual typing of Poison and Dark, its only weakness is ground. So if you can copy like Levitate or something off a defeated ally, you know, you're gonna be really good. But it does, however, resist Grass, Poison, Dark, Ghost, and is immune to Psychic. So like I say, only one weakness there, which you can obviously deal with getting Levitate through Power of Alchemy. But in singles, Poison Touch still really nice, only having one weakness is really clutch. It does have a stat total of 500 with 105 HP, 105 physical attack, 75 physical defense, 65 special attack, 100 special defense, and 50 speed. So pretty good stats across the board. Obviously it's quite slow. Doesn't really matter about the special attack because it's predominantly a physical attacking Pokemon. 75 physical defense, you know, it's mediocre, but it's still not bad. There are a lot more worse physical defense stats that you could have, but then obviously a nice stat total of 105 in HP and 105 physical attack. It does evolve from Alolan Grimer at level 38 in Alola, just like normal Grimer does evolve into Mook at level 38. The moves that this Pokemon gets through level up are relatively nice. It gets moves such as Knockoff, which is stab, gets Crunch, which is stab, can get Memento, gets Gunk Shot, which is stab, gets Poison Fang. Imagine getting like a knockoff poison, that'd be really nice, because you know, you'll be knocking off their item, which is doubled anyway, it's stab, and then you can poison them as well. That's kind of naughty. And then getting Venom Drench as well. I know it's a special type of move, but well, it's not a special type move, but you know what I mean. Also gets like Acid Spray as well, but like I say, that is special, so you probably will be keeping away from that. The egg moves that this Pokemon gets are such as like Assurance, gets Pursuit, if you can Pursuit Trap something, gets Shadow Sneak for that nice priority. So that's really nice to have. The TMs that this Pokemon get are, you know, relatively good as well. Quite a few special type moves such as Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, and Fire Blast, so we'll be keeping away from them. But it does get like Brick Break. It gets Thief, it gets Brutal Swing, gets Stone Edge, gets Rock Slide, gets Poison Jab, gets Giga Impact if you can pull that off safely. And then it gets a couple of special type moves as well, like Dark Pulse, like I say, Focus Blast, you know, Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, which are nice to have. Also gets Shadow Ball, but obviously it's got pretty poor special attack stat of only 65, so when you got a physical attack stat of 105, you're most likely going to be going in that direction. But that is a Lowland Mook. Like I say, pretty good Pokemon, only has one weakness, has some nice abilities and Poison Touch and Power of Alchemy. And Gluttony can be quite nice as well. And then some nice stats across the board as well. So obviously it's a bit slow, but hey, that is most Pokemon in Alola. But that is it for this you know, for this video. There is only 4 dark types, like I say. Personally, I think without a doubt the best, it's Incineroar, I believe, just because it's got such an amazing move pool. It's got really good defenses. It's got Intimidate as a hidden ability. When that gets released, it resists quite a few typings, and it can deal with a lot of things. You know what I mean? When getting like access to like Cross Chop, Outrage, Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, Throw Chop, Fake Out, Body Slam, Revenge. You know, you have a lot of different moves. Even get Switch Initiative and U-turn. You know what I mean? I mean, Incineroar is just bringing the party to life. So personally, yeah, I'm gonna go with Incineroar. Obviously, a few of you may disagree with me. If you do, then please leave your suggestion in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But that is everything for this video, guys. So like I say, if you did enjoy, please smash that like button below. I really do appreciate it. Remember to subscribe if you are enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the series. And I do have a couple of more discussion videos like this coming on the screen in a second, so be sure to check them out if you do have the time. But like I say though, guys, that is everything from me. So thanks again for watching. Have a glorious day and peace.